A violent crime spree in Minneapolis has the city reeling. The vicious mob-style beatings, like the one you're seeing there, caught on camera, including this one that happened in broad daylight, as attackers target vulnerable victims for valuables like their cell phones.
The horrifying videos come as Minneapolis faces a crippling police shortage. The chief requested a staggering 400 more officers by the time a few years from now, but so far the mayor has proposed only 14.
Fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to A Radio, and this is The Morning Moment. We're on weekdays, 11:45 Eastern. Follow us on Spreaker.com and click on the like button. This is a short and sweet but not so sweet piece. In the city of Minneapolis, they are struggling with simple matters, law and order. The city council members refuse to provide basic coverage the police need to protect its citizens from what is becoming, from videos seen on TV, almost out of control random violence. I have to say this, when are not just Americans but citizens everywhere in every Western country going to stand up and turf these at best socialists but more likely left-leaning, almost certainly communist-type sympathisers out of office? Or is it that you want and relish the total breakdown of law and order? It's almost as though they wish for the total collapse of decency. To what end, I have no idea. Well, I do, but I'm not going to say. I, for one, have had it up to here with social correctness. If someone rapes someone, arrest them, put them in jail. Same goes for a shooting. And if they shoot a cop, then it should be automatic life with no parole. This is, to my mind, simple. Why would you ask Americans to give up their guns when the very members of the public body refuse to do their job and employ the numbers of police required to do their job? It's not brain surgery, but this is repeated. It's replicated all over the United States. It's not just the United States, though. It's happening in Canada. Could it be that they actually want this chaos? They actually think it's good? So what happens when Americans don't have their guns and don't have enough police to protect them, as right now? Oh, I know. They'll be like here in Canada and large Canadian cities and British cities, where drive-by shootings are as common as, let's say, I don't know, Chicago? I say, vote these bums out, and others. If you want to know how long these particular bums have been there, go to their official website, the one for Minneapolis City Council, and click on each ward and look at the pictures. Then go back to the main picture and look at the group picture. Some of them actually look like they've been there so long, they could actually be doubles for Supreme Court judges. That's how long they've been there. So Minneapolis, what have they actually done for you? I'm guessing, and it's just a guess, and you can repeat this all over the country, and in your country too, nothing. They're nothing but career politicians. They care nothing for where you live. Nothing. And in some cases, I believe there's a very, very serious ulterior motive. Look at the pictures and look at the wards. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't live in a country where there's free speech. You do. Here's that piece from Fox and Friends, September 19. The links will be on my site, but I don't expect them to be up very long. Because after all, you need to pay to watch this again, even though you've paid to watch it. So I'm doing my best to make sure that you don't have to pay a second time to watch it.
A violent crime spree in Minneapolis has the city reeling. The vicious mob-style beatings, like the one you're seeing there, caught on camera, including this one that happened in broad daylight, as attackers target vulnerable victims for valuables like their cell phones.
The horrifying videos come as Minneapolis faces a crippling police shortage. The chief requested a staggering 400 more officers by the time a few years from now, but so far the mayor has proposed only 14. Our next guest says left-wing city council leaders have an anti-cop agenda. Minneapolis PD Lieutenant Bob Kroll joins us right now from Minneapolis. Lieutenant, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so the chief wants 400, and the mayor's only talking about a dozen. What's going on?
Well, the mayor didn't think he could get more than 14 through the city council. The council is actually more of a problem than the mayor. And there's, fumbling at even allowing him to get 14 on.
Quite a discrepancy. He wants 14 and the chief wants 400. Tell us about the council. Why does he think they'll only approve 14 max?
Well, the council kind of ran on an anti-police agenda, and they all made it. It's ultra-left. It's been extreme Democrat-controlled council. We've got one Green Party member. The rest are Democrats. It's been that way for 22 years. And he didn't think he could get a larger number through. The interesting part is the chief has proposed, he's laid out a great plan to increase our department to where it should be. We're policing a city of 70,000 more people with 70 less officers than we did 20 years ago. So the chief outlined the reasons why, and in addition to the population, you have more people coming to work here and visit here and for entertainment and nightlife, and these kind of things are happening. So the downtown business owners are up in arms. The chief, who they unanimously appointed to this position, laid out a well-laid plan to increase our department to the size that it should be to perform our core services and provide public safety, and none of them want to go forward. They think that they know policing better than the person that they put in charge of the police department.
Unfortunately, Lieutenant, you told one of our producers there are people on the city council who feel that police are part of the problem there.
Yes, they encourage depolicing. You see how vicious these and brutal these attacks were. They didn't need to be that way. If they wanted to take these people's wallets or cell phones, they could have certainly done that and took off. But they seem to take joy in beating these people, and they do it because they don't fear any reprisal. They know that going to court in Hennepin County, the problem is beyond the city council. It's the county itself. They're not going to get prosecuted. They're going to get the big three, and that's probation, restitution, and treatment. They're not going to do time for this. And they know that. They also know that everywhere in downtown Minneapolis is under camera. So it's an agenda here. It's an ultra-left agenda that the police are the problem, and it's a racially biased criminal justice system here, and we need to depolice. That's the overtone of our council.
Lieutenant, do you sometimes get up in the morning, feel like you're beating your head up against the wall?
Well, I'm the president of the Federation. I represent the rank and file officers. We've got an authorized strength of 888, and it's more our street officers that feel exactly like you said. They're beating their heads against the wall.
All right, Lieutenant Kroll, thank you for your service. We did reach out to the city and the police departments. Both said that they were unable to provide statements.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab, and email. We are also on Spotify. Just go to the podcast section and type Canadian Politics with a twist, and you'll find us. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all our morning moments at Spreaker.com under A Radio. That's EHRADIO. A Radio, and please click on the like button, and you can now hear a weekend review of our podcasts on WHBJ DB News Talk Radio. Join us and many others, and you can find all our podcasts and morning moments at aradio.wordpress.com. Click on the Morning Moments tab.